not a problem just here in Washington, but nationwide. The FAA says nearly 13,000 laser strikes were reported in 2024, and that's almost double from 2016. Aiming a laser pointer at an aircraft, that's a federal offense. It's dangerous for those on board and below the aircraft and can interfere with landing. If convicted, a person could be sentenced to 5 years in prison and face a $250,000 fine. Now, the FBI tells us it's working with other agencies as well and trying to find and locate those responsible. Again, as you mentioned earlier, they're trying to ask for the public's help just to get other eyes on this and try to find those who are responsible for these laser strikes. It's not a problem just here in Washington.
Okay, so shout out to Diamonds Live News for posting this story right here. This is crazy. So the FBI is seeking the help from the public after hundreds of laser strikes on airplanes in Washington. And they said this is happening nationwide. They said there were a lot of laser strikes on airplanes, which if y'all don't know, like, this can be very dangerous, right? It says right here, laser strikes can interfere with the pilot's ability to land safely, potentially causing mid-air collisions and or other incidents, and are considered a federal offense with penalties including up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine, man. And that's a big fine, and you can go to jail for doing this, pointing laser pens or whatever type of lasers that they have at aircrafts, man. It's just something that's not safe. I fly a lot, so I definitely don't want people pointing lasers at planes that I'm in. And to me, it's just like, what's the reason for it? I feel like we've already had enough aviation incidents in 2025, and we don't need any more. Now, what I found interesting was how they were able to get this footage right here. I think this is from a helicopter view, right? I don't think this is necessarily from an airplane, but you see a group of people down here, and to me it almost looks like they all have masks on. Like, this is like the secret laser pointer group, right? Almost like anonymous, but they decided they want to, like all these guys, they got masks on, so they're obviously coming out here doing it on purpose, and the FBI is looking for these people, so they're going to be combing through this. I'm sure they got some type of imaging where they can make this like a very high resolution image, and hopefully they can identify some of these idiots, because I guess there's no points, no reason. What if you got a family member that took a flight that day? Maybe they check it to make sure their family ain't on the planes. But it's just stupid to me. It's just definitely just idiotic. Definitely not worth going to jail. And mind you, this is a federal crime, so you'll be in prison next to Diddy, right? You'll be in the cell with Diddy if you are committing these type of crimes. So that's something to worry about if you are one of these people, man. I haven't even seen like a laser pen in so long, but I do remember it was always something that you're not supposed to point it at moving cars. You're not supposed to point it at aircrafts. Even just pointing it at somebody from a far distance away, that can get you in trouble, because they probably think it's like a weapon or something like that. So have fun with it, play with it. I guess not in school. I think it was something that you couldn't even take to school back when I was going to school. But, for whatever reasons that you have a laser pointer, maybe you just have it for fun at home. That's cool. Keep it at home, play with it with your friends. But when it comes to taking it outside, you got to be worried about what you actually do with it if you're like a kid playing around with it, right? But these are clearly, older teens or adults, maybe a group of liberals that just decided to do this. And this has to be like some helicopter type of video. Or maybe it is from the plane. Now this looks like some Call of Duty stuff right here, where they about to, start dropping the missiles on them guys. But they're definitely on to these dudes, though. They're definitely on to these dudes. So, Yeah, I ain't saying if you're watching this video you need to go out and try to find these guys and tell on them, but I'm just so this, if I found this story very interesting, I just literally seen it as soon as I opened up my phone this morning. But yeah, man, the FBI is seeking the public help after hundreds of laser strikes on airplanes in Washington. When I first seen it and I read that it said laser strikes, I'm thinking that they're actually using some type of firearm on the planes, but which we've seen in certain instances in other countries, right? We've seen air travel been stopped in Haiti. I think it's still kind of slowed up in Haiti because Spirit planes were getting shot at by the people down below. So they take all that type of stuff very seriously, even if it is just a group of people playing around. My thing is, like, why are you playing around with Fed crimes? If you want to do a federal crime, go do some fraud or something. I ain't telling nobody to commit no crimes, but do something that's gonna get you some money, not just for whatever reason you trying to disrupt aviation. Like, that just doesn't even make any sense. But I'm sure maybe they have a deeper meaning and a deeper reason behind they're doing what they're doing. We can check out some of these comments. Someone said, do people not understand this is a federal crime that would land you at jail time? Someone said, I personally nosedive directly at them. So, okay, he's going to take the kamikaze route. Okay, this is crazy. 5 years in jail. These people got to be put in a cell with Diddy. I told y'all, hey, you're going to be in a cell with Diddy. You keep playing with them planes. They so lucky I can't just land and start rumbling, bro. Yeah, if I was on a plane, I feel the same way. Like, man, let's land this joint real quick and go get these guys. But I don't think this is a good idea posting this. Just saying it's going to make more people want to do it. I mean, it was on the news, right? It was on the news. So, I mean, it's already out there. Look at their camera they're using, bruh. They don't need help. But hold on, let me see. Yeah, if you are seeing this and you hearing that you could get 5 years in jail and up to a $250,000 fine, and you still want to do it, then you're just an idiot. Look at the camera they're using. Like, yeah, he's talking about the night vision and all of that. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I made this happen 3 days ago. I was sitting in my room and I was on TikTok and saw some FBI laser pointers. So I put a laser pointer in my search and I was like, yo, people be shining lasers, and like, I don't know what he's trying to say right there. Sounds fun. I try it. Yeah. We got some trolls in the comments for sure, but let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all think the 5 years is too excessive? Do y'all play with laser pointers or whatever? Just let me know something down in the comments below. As always, love y'all. I'm out.